How's it going, crew? This is Happy Days, and welcome to another episode of the Weekly Wire, where each week we look at some tips and tricks that you can use in your game to either boost spawn rates for monsters, get lots of awesome loot, make cool farms, tricks with wiring, and many more. Today we're going to be looking at, for our first thing on the list, a trick with Ectoplasm. So I'll see you down in the depths of the dungeon very soon. Okay guys, here we are down in the dungeon, and we're going to set up a nice little ectoplasm farm here, I guess. And it's not an AFK one, but you could make it AFK if you wanted. And I've picked an area that has a few intersections, which means we can even fight a few mobs while this is running. Now today I'm going to use a shark statue and a chest statue. So I guess it just depends which statue you've got. That would sort of mean which one you use. Now, sharks actually only have 300 hit points, as opposed to mimics which have 500. So, if I had a choice, I would probably use sharks, because they die quicker. But that said, mimics are fine too. It's just going to be a tiny little bit slower. So, all we're doing is making a little box to contain them in. And the reason for this is I'm going to leave some summons in the box, as well as some lava. And that will allow them to fight really quickly and hopefully, kill them quick. So we can get lots of nice ectoplasm coming out. Alright, and you can see there's already mobs spawning around us. Okay, next thing we're going to do is put some 1 second timers up the top. Let's put 1, 2, and 3. Yep, I'm happy with that. And the reason I've put 3 is because, remember, you can hook up multiple wires to a statue to get maximum spawns possible. So, let's connect red there, then green one down, and blue just under that. And then we can do the same from this side. So let's touch red in the middle, and green there. Nope, I always do this. Green needs to touch the bottom opposite blue. And then blue can touch the top. I put a timer in the middle because then we can do... The middle one can touch both statues. Let's go blue, green, and red to this one. Cool. And then let's swap it up on this side. And I'll get rid of the ravens because you can't really see. Alright, let's go red, green to the bottom. Whoopsies. And then blue touching that one. Okay. So we've got all the wiring set. Now I'm just going to hop out, and let's put the blocks back down and get a few ravens back doing crowd control here. Oh, no way, a wisp in a bottle. That's awesome. They're so rare. I mean, I've got one already, but it's still cool. Okay, let's put a bit of lava in the box, and you only need 1 bucket. I think 1 should do that nicely. Yep, that's pretty cool. All right, let's get rid of that dark caster. Alright, let's turn on our statues now. And you can see that the lava is killing the mobs slowly. And the reason for having so many timers hooked up is it's just maximizing the spawn rate. Okay, now I'm going to desummon my ravens and put some of them in there. And a few ravens up the top too to help with that. So they're going to be chewing away on those. Now, ectoplasms have a 1 in 15 chance of... dungeon spirits have a 1 in 15 chance of spawning when a mob dies in the dungeon with more than 100 hit points. So as you can see... Oh, I hate those ragged casters. So as you can see, we're just increasing the chances that we're killing mobs, or increasing the frequency, rather. And that means that ectoplasm will be, getting farmed nicely. And you can see that was dead easy to set up that. And now we can just merrily farm away other mobs while dungeon spirits are spawning. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at today, and it's something that's actually been requested quite a bit, is how to set up a simple little bait farm. So if you do a bit of fishing, chances are you'll want an easy way to collect, some baits and just stay fishing all the time. And basically all you'll need for this is some dirt blocks, some grass seeds, and some glass. And thank you to everyone on our video comments who have been, contributing tips and, wanting me to do this. So basically all you do is start with some blocks. So you might want to make it so you can walk underneath it. So let's start by going about 4 blocks high. And then what we're going to do is make a base. And I'm going to make it, just for the sake of this video, about 10 long. But you can actually, no, let's make it a bit longer. Why not? Let's make it a bit longer. Okay. And then all you want to do is plant some grass seeds into it. And the point of that is so the grass can grow, obviously. The next thing you want to do is actuate these, because we'll actually be turning these off to harvest all the grass and make the bugs fall out. And then what we want to do is we're going to count about 2 blocks up, and then we're going to put a row of glass. And this is for the vines, to stop vines growing underneath, because we're going to put another row of dirt on top of this. And we can already see a little mushrooms growing. Now, basically, when the grass grows up, it can actually grow through glass for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it works. And it also blocks, as I just mentioned then, if we didn't have the glass underneath, and you can see it happening on this one, there's vines starting to grow down, and that would interfere with the grass growing upwards. So we've got that. Now we're going to put, where have I put my actuators? Oh goodness. There we go. Alright, we're going to put some actuators on here. Do I need to actuate the glass? Probably not. No, I don't think I need to. Let's take them off. Oh no, I do need to actuate the glass because I want all the bugs to fall through. Goodness. Alright, and let's do one more. So remember, you go 2 blocks up, then you put your row of glass, and really guys, you could make this as long as you wanted. You can put it high, low, you could make this underground, I think. I'm pretty sure you could make this underground. I don't see why it wouldn't work. So there we go, let's plant another row of that. And actuators like before. And if you're not sure, you just buy actuators from the mechanic NPC, and they're not too expensive. Now I'm just going to hook mine all up with the same color wire. I don't feel the need to change wire colors. I mean, you could if you really wanted to, but I don't really see why. Now, one thing I haven't done, and you would get into trouble if you built all this and then wanted to do your wiring. If I made too many stacks of this, I wouldn't be able to fit inside to reach with the wires. So, yeah, so please learn from my mistake I made just then. Alright, and let's connect this. I can't put it there because there's red wire in the way. So let's just move this wire down a bit. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay, let's make a little shrine here to put our switch on. Cool. So I'm going to move the block over here. Let's put a switch down. Plant the rest of our grass. You can buy grass seeds from the dryad if you weren't sure. Alright, I'm going to make a few more of these off camera, and then we're going to come back once the grass has grown and give it a test. See you soon. Okay guys, here we are. It's a bright new day, and I've duplicated the design a few times, and you can see we've just wired it up with some actuators and the glass blocks underneath, and you can see the grass is growing up, and apparently you've got more chance of getting bait if the grass grows to 2 blocks higher. So yeah, so all we're going to do is flick this switch at the bottom, and it's going to actuate all the blocks, but it won't destroy the grass, and any bugs that spawn will drop down. So click, and hopefully, yep, there's a few grasshoppers. And let's go catch them, catch your grasshoppers. Okay. Now, obviously, you would set up more than that. So I only got a couple then, but it's a relatively small design as well. So yeah, and the really cool thing about this is it'll just work. You know, you can cruise past whenever you're, back at your base and collect some more bait. The last thing I'd like to look at today is farming for herbs in Terraria. And a really cool thing you can do is use clay pots to plant seeds in. And what that actually does is remove the dirt requirements for the different plants. So all the different seeds in Terraria need different biome blocks to be planted in. So Shiverthorn, for example, needs to be planted in snow or ice. But if you put it in a pot, it doesn't matter, you know? Same with, let's see, what else have we got? I'm pretty sure Daybloom needs to be in grass. What else have we got here? Blinkroot is just planted in normal dirt. The one thing I don't like about clay pots is there's no way to automatically harvest them. So you literally just have to get your pickaxe and click on each individual flower. And sometimes, I'm sure it's happened to you, you've like merrily farming away and you're like, whoa, blah, 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 and you accidentally destroy half your little farm here. And yes, I'll have to rebuild this later. And I thought there's got to be an easier way. So stay tuned, I'm going to show you something I've come up with. Okay guys, so while I was waiting for the bait farm's grass to grow, I started building a little herb farm. And what I've got is, these are the different biome blocks that different flowers need in Terraria. So for example, I've got Shiverthorn growing up the top in the snow, I've got Waterleaf in the sand there, we got Moonglow in the jungle grass, Fire Blossoms in ash. What have we got here? Daybloom in grass. We've got Blinkroot just grows in dirt. And lastly, we've got Deathweed, which is in the, it's in the blah, 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 corrupt seeds. Now, this is a little bit different because you can auto-farm this. You notice I've got dart traps set up along the side here. And basically, what we're going to do is we're going to shoot the darts across all of these garden beds, and it's all going to fall onto the bottom here. And what I've set up is a little hoik system. So what's going to happen is all the seeds and blossoms are going to fall down here, and then they're going to hoik all the way along to this little area here where your little character will just be sitting and waiting going, "Ooh, I'm going to get all this cool stuff." Now the wiring looks like a lot, but basically it's just one color with actuated blocks, because literally all we're doing is turning the blocks on and off. And then I've got a different color up for the traps along there. So, let's give it a shot. So the first thing we need to do is this green one, which is the traps. And that's shooting darts all the way across, and you can see it's dug up all the materials. Then we're going to turn all the blocks off, so you can see all the stuff's falling to the bottom. And then we're going to hoik our stuff along. And you can see just by flicking it on and off a few times, we've got all this lovely stuff coming to us. So yeah, it's literally that simple. And then you can just turn the biome things back on. And this is the one part you have to do manually. Like, you just literally get your seeds and run along and replant stuff. And then you can run off and go on your adventures again. And while you're adventuring, all your seeds will be growing in the different biome things. So yeah, I thought this is more appealing to me than using the clay pots. Firstly, because you can do it on a larger scale really easy, and it collects everything super fast. So it takes a little while to set up, but then you've got nearly limitless potion ingredients, and it's super fast to farm it. So I definitely recommend it. Okay guys, thanks for spending some time with me and watching another episode of Weekly Wire. Don't forget, I'm more than happy to cover any topics that you're interested in learning some more about in Terraria. And sometimes I love researching them myself too, which is, some things I need to learn. Alright, time for some shout-outs as always. Shout-outs as always. Why do I keep saying that? I'm stuck on repeat. Okay, we've got Jared Aguila. Jared Aguila. I'm pretty sure I said that right. But he said something that I've seen on a Vine, and I found it hilarious. It's this little kid, and he goes, "I like turtles." I like turtles. Very cool, very cool. Alright, we've got Nicholas Nasia has asked me to say, which was with the White Witch of the West? Which is what with the... Oh my gosh, these tongue twisters. They're so tricky. Owen Shivers has asked me to say, it's an Aussie saying. Aussie, should I really put on my Australian accent for this? I mean, I don't know. Do I sound really Australian to some other viewers from around the world? I don't know. You can't normally hear your own accent. but I'll turn it up a bit for you. Australia, mate, come on down here and boogie. Oh gosh, I don't know. Alright, we've got Bye Macca, who's asked me to try and put on a British accent and say, cookies for everyone but you. I don't know if I was doing good British then. Anyway, I had a go, guys. That's the main thing in life. You just have a shot. Don't worry about what people think. Good, bad, whatever. You have a go. Alright, we've got HazW24 has asked me to say, help! I've turned into an inanimate object! Yeah, okay, that's kind of crazy. Maybe a piece of bread, maybe a cookie, maybe a lamp, who knows. And, Blood Moon, oh no! And we've got Emerald Pop has asked me to say Emerald 5 times really fast. And I'm assuming a girl, Emerald. She reckons I'm going to get stuck on the second try. So, as I'm trying to fight mobs with the bug net here, I'm going to say Emerald, 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 Emerald. No, I messed it up. Emerald, 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 Emerald. Can't do it. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness. Alright, guys. Leave a like if you haven't done so yet and you feel like leaving me a like. And I like when you leave me likes. It makes me very happy. Comments, as I said, keep your suggestions coming. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider joining us here. Join our happy little crew. Alright. It's time. I want you all to stay happy. And I'll see you next time. This is HappyDays, signing out and going to fight off all these evil invaders with my bug net. It's going to be fantastic. See you soon. Bye. Porters just off screen, linking up to the teleporters above the chat.